Dude, you're coming to Indy in a few months, man. And this is, to me, one of the biggest tours of the fall. I am super fucking excited about this, man. You got Light the Torch, you got Necrogoblicon, you got Crowbot, along with you guys. Man, you guys got to be even more excited than we are. But, man, to go out on this tour supporting this record, man, you guys got to be fucking pumped.
Are you kidding me? I hate this. Like, this is the worst. This is the worst. I have a great job at Burger King that I have to leave to go do on tour, and I work on the Air Force Base in Antarctica.
Well, I tell you, man, but for one, Burger King is my favorite fast food place. I love it.
Terrific.
I love it. It beats everybody, and their honey mustard beats all of them for one. So, you know, I'm a little bummed that the Double Stacker King's gone, but Burger King, hands down, my favorite. I absolutely love it. I actually blew all my Commons cash in college on Burger King. So, like, 3 weeks into the school year. So, I'm a Burger King fan. I fucking love it. And I've got a room full of crowns, actually. So,
beautiful.
Yes. But, I mean, it's a little bit of a journey. You guys have to plan this out coming from Antarctica to get here. I mean, it's no wonder it's a long tour. You guys have to make it worth it. But, like, the biggest question I have is, you know, with a band like Necrogoblicon on this tour, are we going to see any issues? Can you guys and John Goblicon coexist? Or is there any, you think that'll go okay? I mean, he could be a handful sometimes, for one.
I mean, I'm hoping we can create some issues. You know, maybe we can work together and create interpersonal band drama between our two groups. That would be fantastic, because I just like when everything goes to hell. I like bad things. You know?
Right. Well, I mean, that's what it's all about. And he likes to wreak havoc too. Like he likes to fuck with you a lot. From what I've seen, because I've seen them live, and he likes to fuck with his own band, let alone the others, I think. So, but I don't know if he realizes what he's getting himself into, because you guys are a band that you don't want to fuck with when you're another band on tour with you guys. So it could come back to bite him in the ass, I think.
Well, I mean, you always suffer at the hands of GWAR. That just goes without saying. But, you know, I think the two of us I think we can make some people very unhappy. And that elates me.
Right. And one thing I wanted to ask is, working with Lizzie Hale on this last record, how did that come about? Whose idea was it? Did you have to convince her to do it, to do the song and come on and work with you guys? Because it can be intimidating. And, I mean, did she have to sign a waiver that nothing was going to happen? Because it can get crazy.
Well, I'm not at liberty to discuss what planet she's from, but, you know, we go way back. And, plus, having the same management company also helps things like that move a little faster.
Fair. That makes sense. How was it, though? Was it obviously the honor was all hers, but, you know, how was recording that song and writing that and putting that together with her, though?
Well, I mean, she just added the part. So, I mean, it was...
Okay.
You know, basically it was kind of singing a guitar melody that was already written, and I couldn't, to be honest, mentally I checked out. I was on a beach in Hawaii somewhere in my own head, so I don't know who actually wrote the lyric for that part, but I know she did all those pieces in her own studio.
Oh,
so
gotcha.
We weren't actually ever in the same room.
Okay, gotcha. You mentioned you were in Hawaii. Going from Antarctica to Hawaii, was that a fun vacation, or was that too hot?
It's too damn hot. I just wanted to see, you know, Cabana Boys crack open coconuts by hand. That's all.
Did you get to?
Of course.
Good.
Of course. You can get anything if you have the right amount of money.
This is true. This is fair. This is true. You've been in the band for about 10 years now, going on 10 years, right around a decade now. And
10 years, yeah.
Yeah. And this is your second record with the band. There's been a lot of musical evolution and just evolving, just changes over definitely the last two records for sure. Is that something you guys wanted to do, or is that just something that like came naturally? Because this record especially is a little bit of a different sound.
Well, no, I mean, it all kind of comes natural, but this is it. This is the new band. It's kind of boring to just try and repeat yourself, and plus, obviously, without having the great Odorous Youngus at the helm, there's no way we're going to try and imitate ourselves, basically, or just imitate him. I think that would be disrespectful to the legacy.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
And of course, like each incarnation of the band, I should say, is really its own thing. So it's just different, you know. So we're just being ourselves, really. You know?
Right. The documentary, man, is absolutely awesome, and I can't think of a better platform than Shudder for this talk to be on. It's just fucking perfect. How hands-on were you guys with that, and were you guys in favor of the documentary being made about you guys? Because you guys don't necessarily seem like the type of band that would do a documentary necessarily.
They came to us and asked if, what, basically, they said they wanted to tell this story, and, we obliged, helping them curate some footage, and that's pretty much all of our involvement. It wasn't as, we didn't direct it, we didn't write it, we were just in it.
Gotcha.
So, and I think what people might lose track of is that it is very much telling a story of, Hunter versus Dave, and that's kind of the narrative that's being played out there. So, of course, people always that are very into the GWAR lore are going, well, what happened about this story? What happened about this story? It's like, if you were going to do a movie that chronicled everything that GWAR's ever gone through, you'd probably be up for season 7 of This Is GWAR. It's too much.
Yeah.
It's too much. You can't tell it all in 2 hours. So so to anyone who has that complaint, there you go.
How'd you feel about the final product when it came out? Did you watch it when it was finished, or how'd you feel about it when it was done?
I watched it because they made me.
Okay.
But other than that, it's like, you don't stare in the mirror too long.
Right.
I lived most of that stuff. I heard all those stories firsthand, so it's kind of like I don't really need to indulge that heavy into it. If everyone else enjoys it, that's great.
Yeah, and a lot of stuff you don't necessarily want to go back and relive sometimes too. It's like, for me, I don't always like going and looking back at the past, because the past is over. I like to look ahead and see what's coming up. The past is done. We moved on, and it's fun to reminisce sometimes. But dude, you guys are coming back to Indy September 14th at the Vogue, which you guys have terrorized, torn down. They've rebuilt the place a million times. You keep tearing it the fuck down. But it's back. Do you guys like coming to Indy? Is this a city that you guys Indy fucking loves you guys, but like you said, you're not looking forward to being on tour because you like where you're at. You have to leave your job at Burger King and, everything, but Indy's got to have some fun memories for you guys, especially with everybody you've killed and gotten away with killing here over the years.
Is that going to be at the Vogue?
Yes.
Oh, I hate that place.
There's better venues here, definitely. There's some pastures that are good, that would lend well to some murders. But the Vogue is where you guys are going to be at, But you guys got to be looking forward to coming back. There's been some great GWAR memories here over the years. You guys have killed a lot of great people and some horrible people here over the years. So I know the crowd's looking forward to having you guys back. I'm personally looking forward to it. It's my first GWAR show in 11, 12 years, I think. So I'm fucking pumped about this. So I cannot wait.
Well, I can't.
Well, hopefully, can you at least make me promise that you won't try to kill me? Because I'm going to be up front shooting photos of the show. So can you at least promise not to try to take it out on me at the show?
$50 in your city.
I might be able to do that. Does it have to be all singles or
Ruples?
I can try to get those.